If you are a marketing student right now, I want you to be honest with yourself for a second. How much of what you have learned this semester, the theory, the diagram, the vocabulary that you memorized for the exam, actually explains why a brand can turn a canned water into a $700 million company? A green owl mascot account on social media gets more engagement than the entire marketing department at billion-dollar companies. If you are being honest, not much. I'm not telling you that your education is worthless. I'm telling you that there is a gap, a real measurable gap between what gets taught in classroom and what actually makes a brand win out here. And that gap is exactly where career gets made or gets stuck. So today I am walking you through the 5 things they don't teach you in marketing class, the real principles, the real examples, and by the end of this video, you are going to look at content, campaigns, and even your own portfolio completely differently. Let's go through these one at a time. Number 1. Attention is the first transaction. You learn the 4 P's as the foundation of marketing: product, price, place, promotion. But here's what nobody tells you. None of those 4 things gets evaluated unless you have already won something. That is attention. If a stranger doesn't stop scrolling in the first 3 seconds, your product doesn't matter, your price doesn't matter, your brilliant promotional strategy doesn't matter. Attention is the actual currency of the internet, and it gets spent or lost before any of the 4 P's enter the conversation. School treats attention like an assumption. The real world treats it like a whole game. Two, iteration beats perfection. In school, you build one strategy, you present it once, you get graded on it. Done. But in real world, almost no winning campaign launched polished. Take the example of Duolingo's social media account, the one with the green owl. It didn't become a case study because someone wrote a flawless content. It became a case study because whoever runs it posts weird, slightly chaotic, and sometimes cringe content constantly, and let the audience reaction tell them what to do next. They shift fast, they watch what lands, and they double down on what works and drop what doesn't. This is not a strategy you write once. This is a strategy you build through repetitions. Nobody grades you on that process in school, because school can't grade you on what exists only in motion. Three, distribution is a skill, not an afterthought. Here's an uncomfortable truth. Liquid death product is just water in a can. That's it. Nothing about the liquid itself is revolutionary. What made it a $700 million brand wasn't the product itself. It was the distribution, the packaging that looked like a beer can, the content that deliberately unhinged, the way it got people tagging friends and arguing about it online. It spends almost all its time teaching you to perfect the what, like the offer, the product, the plan. It spends almost no time teaching you to perfect how it spreads. And in a feed-based world, the spread is worth more than the product itself. 4. Positioning beats features. Picture 2 coffee shops on the same street. One puts a sign out front listing every feature, like oat milk available, single origin bean, and free Wi-Fi. The other one puts up a sign that just says, for people who think sleep is for the weak. You already know who gets talked about. Features inform decision once someone is already interested. Positioning is what makes someone interested in the first place. It tells a stranger instantly who is this for and whether that's them. School teaches feature comparison and competitive matrix. Reality runs on a single sharp sentence that makes someone feel seen.
5.
Your portfolio is your real resume. School trains you to build a resume and apply for jobs through formal pipeline. Increasingly, that's not how marketing, hiring, or client work actually happens. Right now, people landing on freelance clients and entry level roles aren't always the ones with the highest GPA. They are the ones whose own content, own personal brand, and own visible body of work proves that they can do the work before anyone even asks. Nobody teaches you that your output is your application, your reel, your carousel, your case study breakdown. That's the resume actually gets read. Now don't just sit there and consume this video like a passive student. Here is exactly how you are going to apply this skill today to your own portfolio, business, or career. Step 1. Find a piece of content you've been perfecting for way too long. The caption you keep rewriting, the reel you keep refilming. Publish it within next 24 hours. Imperfect as it is. Iteration only works if you actually ship something to iterate on. Step 2. Go back and watch the first 3 seconds of the last 3 pieces of content. Not the whole thing, just 3 seconds. Like a stranger would. Be honest. Would that survive the scroll test? If not, that's your starting point for tomorrow's content. Step 3. Pick one brand or small business and write a single sentence that completes. For example, this is for people who dash. That's positioning. If you can't write that sentence for your own content yet, this is the gap to close this week. Ship something imperfect, run the scroll test, and write the positioning sentence. That's the drill. Everything we covered today, attention, iteration, distribution, positioning, and portfolio. These are the fundamentals that actually show up in the real world. And here's the thought I want you to leave with. School will teach you the vocabulary. It is not going to teach you the instinct. The part where you can look at brand and posts and campaign and immediately know why it is working or why it is dying. That gets built only one way, by doing repetitions in the public starting now. You just got 5 things people never figure out until years into their career. What you do with them next is on you. I'll see you in the next one.